Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Doc, and welcome to another edition of Doc TV. It is November 5th, 2012, and everybody, we are 24 hours away from a big, huge day here in America, people. It's Election Day tomorrow, and I hope you all are ready. And if you're not ready, and you still undecided if you're going to vote or not, I'm your boy right here. I got you. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know, especially if it's your first time voting and you're young. I'm going to have you covered as far as what you need to bring to the polling place with you, where to find your polling location at, and just why is it just the reason why it's good to vote, people. And also at the end of the video I have a special announcement to make as far as what I've been up to, so I'm gonna tell you all about that. But it also feels good to do a Doc TV video right now because I haven't done a Doc TV video in a good while. You know, that video I did last month, that was, yeah, that was nothing. You know, I'm over that whole phase now. But so, you see, I have my Respect My Vote shirt on, people, because that's what it is about tomorrow. Respecting my vote and getting my voice heard and my vote counted. I've always been one of those people that always wanted to vote. You know, I remember when I was young, being a little kid, and how we always, depends on where school you went to or anything like that. You could have those little fake elections if you were a little child. So I've always done that because my parents always instilled that too. You know, it's important to vote and get your voice heard and make your vote count, and that it does count regardless of what you may think, what people may tell you. It does count, trust me. Even if there's some foolishness going on, there's ways around that to make sure that your voice is heard and that your vote is counted. But it started back when I was a little kid, and then like the real first election that I really started like wanting to be a part of voting stuff was back in '04 when Diddy had the voter die thing. I remember I was fascinated by it because first the shirt says vote or die, and the shirts were pretty hot. But just the fact there were people going hard for their cause and what they wanted to get out of their future, to get out of their government, to get out of the president. I was fascinated by that. So when I finally had the opportunity to do it, to vote, that was back in '08, and I was a freshman in college, back in '07, and then when spring semester rolled around, that's when the primary started going on, and just being in Philly at that time, so there was always things on the streets and people rallying and campaigning and everything, especially at that time during the Democrat primaries because of the fact that you had Barack Obama and you had Hillary Clinton in the running. So for me, that was huge in the sense of it was something different because first of all you had a female running for president, then you had a black man running for president. So that was just like even made it more fascinating to the point where I was like, you know what? This is the campaign. Since this is my first year I'll be able to vote, 'cause I turned 18 April of '08. So I was just on that edge right when the primaries were going on to go ahead and vote. But I was hyped, I was amped. And then also shout out to my old school Institute of Philadelphia and the Black Student Union. Like we really went hard for the voting thing too because I got a surprise for y'all too. Y'all, if y'all remember this, the Black Folk Must Vote shirt. Yeah, y'all remember this right here. This is and shout out to Kenneth Smalls and everybody that was part of the BSU. We at that time it was important for black people to vote. After the last election before that, it was definitely time for our voice to be heard. So we definitely rally and campaign for people to go out and vote during that time. If you're a black young person, if you're a felon, and you still had your voting, you can still vote even if you're a felon. There's ways around it, but that's where you gotta do your research and go online and try to get your voice heard. Definitely. But with Black Folk Must Vote, we definitely hit the hit the nail on the head with everything, and if y'all remember, if the statistic as far as who voted during that year, and I mean, it just felt good that we did our part. Especially personally for each person, I felt like I did my part. I feel like I did something to make an effort to make people go out and vote. So that felt good, definitely. And even with this election now, this time around, I kind of felt a little bad because usually I'm always during that time too. I did the whole Rock the Vote thing and everything. I mean, I was on it. This time I kind of felt bad that I really wasn't on it as I wanted it to be, but because graduating school and everything, and working, being in the real world, having your own place, you know, you have a lot of different responsibilities, and then trying to do, you know, some new business ventures and everything. I didn't really campaign like I wanted to, and all, but I did go to because I wanted to do the whole door to door thing. That was my whole thing, and I know people that do it too, but I just didn't have the timing to do it, so I felt bad about that. But I did go to a campaign meeting for Barack Obama in Portsmouth, where I'm at now. So I did do that. But I only had time for one meeting. But even that one meeting, it still means something though, and so now I'm doing my part again, just getting the word out. Cause like I said, people, we need this. So one thing about voting people tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you who I'm voting for too. If it's, you know, any clear indicator, I ain't voting for Barack Obama, people. I voted for him in the first election, and I'm voting for him again because he is that president. He is that dude. Nothing against, well, Mitt Romney is full of lies and bullshit, for real. But as far as why I feel like Mitt Romney isn't a president, is because he treats it like a business deal. He's so cool, you know, with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is like the Republican, you know, mascot now and everything like that. He just sounds like he should be on The Apprentice as opposed to being a president. But with Barack Obama, you get that feeling that he is a president. And another thing too is just the family nature of everything. Barack Obama really is a family-oriented person. Nothing against the Romneys, but something feel a little fake and Good Housekeeping, you know, magazine funny fake with them. So I mean, and then especially for the Obamas, I mean, that just was, you know, a source of light for, you know, black families that you know there is a family life in the black community, because we had the Cosby Show back in the day, but that was a TV show, and that was the closest thing we had to a portrayal of something that was real like that. But now when you have real life, it's a whole different story, and it feels good, you know, and it's inspiration definitely, because it shows that you can be any, you know, be against any type of situation and you can still make it at the top. And that's what Barack Obama was too, because Barack Obama had a lot of hate towards him when he first came out, and even still now from the Republican side of everything, but he's still making it out on top. So I mean, that's just inspiration definitely right there. So go ahead and vote, people, tomorrow. Now let me tell y'all some things. I'm gonna focus on Virginia right now, since I am a Virginian. Then, you know, a lot of people in this video, you know, gonna watch the video from Virginia and everything. But the polls open tomorrow from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Now, if you get there at 6:59 in 30 seconds, you can still vote. If you were in line prior to 7 p.m., you can still vote. Don't let anybody turn you away. Don't let them do any type of funny foolishness towards you, because that's the law, people. If at 7 you get there right before 7 p.m. and you're in line, you can still have your vote. So don't let them turn you away, people. Don't do it. Or get my mom out there for y'all to tell them all for you. So they open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. The things that you need, of course, you need your voter's registration card. But if you do not have that, people, now you can have your Virginia driver's license, state issued ID, a Virginia student ID if you go to any of the schools around the area, and also a cell phone bill or utility bill with your name and address on it. So you can bring those things with you, people, to the polling place, and you can make your vote. Definitely. I say definitely a lot too in this video. It is what it is, though. And also, it's important that you know your polling place. Now, for me, since I am voting for Obama, I went to BarackObama.com, or the other website is vote.barackobama.com. You can type in your address and your zip code to find out where your polling place is exactly if you do not have a voter's registration card. But it's important to know where you have to vote at, because you can't just go to any old place and vote. You have to vote at your polling station in your area. So that's designated to you and your address in particular. So go ahead and vote, people, and make that voice heard. Now, also in Pennsylvania, because, you know, I have family in Pennsylvania and everything like that. Another thing for Pennsylvania residents, you can vote with your voter's registration card, and also if you have a state issued ID or the utility bill situation. So there's ways to go vote, people. Don't back out. Don't let this moment slip away. It feels good to vote. When you go to that ballot and you vote, it's a good feeling. Also, my people in New Jersey and New York too, because I have people up there that I know, friends, family, everything. hopefully there's no foolishness tomorrow at the polls because of the whole Hurricane Sandy situation. So there's people that may be like, oh, well, our poll, or our electronic ballots aren't working, so we have to do paper ballot, or the paper ballot might float away if we don't get your voice heard. Don't be turned away at all. Put up a fight if you have to, but don't get your voice. Get your voice heard though. And know who you're voting for too. Do your last minute fact checks, people. Go online, Google in your area who you need to vote for because it's important. Like I said, this is our future right here. This is the future for everybody, younger than us that's coming up in the world. This is important that we have that voice for them too, since they can't vote right now. It's important that we have to vote for ourselves and others as well that can't vote right now. So have your voice heard. Make sure you're making the right choice at the polls tomorrow, people. Another real so that's pretty much it. Vote Barack Obama and vote tomorrow in general. Even if you're voting for Romney, just vote in general. Like I said, it's a good feeling, especially when you're young and you're making your first vote. You're gonna have that empowerment feeling that's like crazy, and you're gonna be hyped. You're gonna have your little sticker that say I voted. It's important, people. It's definitely important. On a quick ending note, for FNL Radio, it is coming back. That's my announcement, people. FNL Radio is coming back with a new co-host. Shout out to I, Kevin Jr. We are coming back next week, and it's 5 nights a week now, people. So it's not just on Friday nights anymore, people. We have FNL Radio every weeknight at 10 p.m. So stay tuned for that. The Foolishness is back. Real Talk Radio is back. But so that's the end of this video, though. I am doing another video too. It's gonna be a little funny. It's a little promo video for FNL. I'm not gonna give all the details away, kind of want to steal my ideas, but it's gonna be funny. But I'll see you all later on at Doc TV, people, and vote tomorrow. Peace.